last of the daylight fades behind the ridgeline, and the fireflies start their slow and ancient blink. I pour my evening coffee out on the back porch and settle in to sit a while and think. The whippoorwills already calling from the tree line, the hound dog stretched out long beside my chair. Then the crickets crank up from the summer pasture, and Lord, I close my eyes and you are there. You used to love the evenings on that back porch, said it was the one time all day the world made sense. You'd fold your hands across your lap and listen, said those crickets were the best kind of reverence. Said they don't fret about tomorrow, don't regret the past, just sing their whole heart out until the night's done. Said if we could live more like the crickets in summer, we'd probably love each other better under this same sun. I laughed at you back then for saying things like that. Lord, I wish I'd said you're right, you always were. Now I sit here in the dark and hear what you were hearing, and your voice comes rising up between each pulse and blur. I still hear you in the crickets after sundown, in the way they rise together, fall and rise again, in the rhythm that don't quit and don't back down, in that constant beating, beautiful refrain. The whole Tennessee night is one long conversation between the dark and everything that's still alive. And somewhere in that sound I hear you laughing. I still hear you in the crickets after sundown. My nephew asked me once why I sit out here alone after dark with nothing but a cold cup and the stars. I said, son, I got company you can't quite see or touch, but it's real as anything, it ain't very far. He looked at me a long time in that porch light, then he pulled up a chair and sat down without a word, and we both just listened to the summer evening till I think he heard whatever it was I heard. It ain't haunting, it ain't sadness, let me set that straight. It's more like presence than it is like loss, like the world kept a piece of you somewhere inside its music, and every summer night lays it across. I don't go looking for it, it just finds me right around the time The last light leaves the farm, and for a little while the grief gets quiet, and all I feel is grateful and warm. I still hear you in the crickets after sundown, clear as any word you ever said to me. In the space between each note and the next sound, in the holiest kind of Tennessee harmony. So I'll be out here every summer evening with my cold coffee and my chair and my old hound, because the night ain't empty and the love ain't over. I still hear you in the crickets after sundown.
I pulled it from the shelf on a rainy Saturday, looking for the cornbread that you always made in fall. The cover's worn smooth where 1,000 hands have held it, and the spine is cracked and the pages wanna fall. I found it there between the biscuits and the preserve section, written sideways in the margin in your loopy blue ink hand. Had a pinch of faith when the batter doesn't want to rise, and I stood there in the kitchen and couldn't quite stand. There are notes on nearly every page you ever touched, little additions, little warnings, little wisdom in the edge. Don't trust this one in August, the heat makes it fall, or this is better the next day, set it on the ledge. Mama's real cobbler, skip the shortcut, use fresh peaches with a little arrow pointing to the boxed recipe below. You were in a quiet conversation with the women before you, correcting what they got right, honoring what they didn't know. No one warned me that grief would live in a kitchen, that the smell of cinnamon could bring a grown man down, that a recipe card with a grease stain in the corner could hold a whole person entire in its brown. Your handwriting lives inside my recipe book, blue ink faded soft, but still unmistakably you. Every note you left is every second look, every time you turn back in the doorway. Here, one more thing too. The flowers in the pantry, the butter's on the shelf, but what I'm really looking for won't cook. I just need to run my finger slow across your words. Your hand handwriting lives inside my recipe book. I made the cornbread for the family at Thanksgiving, followed every word you wrote beside the stove, time and temp. When my daughter took a bite, she stopped mid-sentence, looked at me with something in her eyes I'll always remember since. She said, "That's Grandma's. That is exactly Grandma's." And the whole table went quiet with the truth of what she meant, that some things get passed not through blood but through a kitchen, through a loopy margin note and what it meant. I've scanned every page now in case the book gives way, saved every margin note in a folder on my phone. But a photograph of handwriting ain't handwriting. There's something in the press of pen that can't be cloned. So I'll keep the book wrapped up in a dishcloth in the drawer, take it out on Sundays when the cooking gets real serious, 'cause the recipe ain't really what I'm following anymore. I'm following you, and that's the realest thing I know. Your handwriting lives inside my recipe book, and now my daughter copies your corrections word for word. 3 generations standing at the same stove, the same look, learning from a voice that still gets heard. The world won't keep you, but a kitchen will. In the margins of the things we love and cook, I'll find you every time I need you still. Your handwriting lives inside my recipe book. I hung it myself the summer we bought this place, 2x4 pine hardware store chain, nothing fancy. You painted it white and hung geraniums from the eve. Said a porch without a swing is just a floor plan and see. We logged 10,000 evenings in that swing together, let the kids grow up and leave and come back grown. Watch the lightning bugs and harvest moons and passing thunderstorms, talked out every hard thing we had ever known. After you were gone, in that first cold fall, I thought about taking it down to stop the ache. But a boy from down the road said, "Mister, don't you dare." He said, "My mama has one too. Some things you don't forsake." So I left it up, and that first evening I sat in it alone. The wind came from the south, soft and deliberate and warm, and that swing began to move without a soul beside me, gentle, slow, just like you always set the form.
in the sycamore, does it? And maybe that is so. Who am I to say? But it moves the way you moved it, at the pace you always kept. And it only moves when I sit here at the end of day. The porch swing moves when the wind says your name, slow and easy, like you always liked it best. Not a creak, not a rush, just the gentlest claim that something loves me still from somewhere west. I don't go looking for signs or talk to the sky. I just come out here and sit and let the evening come. And when that swing begins, it's slow and tender sway. I know the porch swing moves when the wind says your name. My granddaughter found me out here after supper last May, climbed up in the swing and asked if we could ride. I held her on my lap, the way you used to hold her, mama. And the wind came up and swung us side to side. She looked up at me and said, "Does this swing go by itself?" I said, "Sometimes it does when the right wind blows through." She thought a moment and said, "Maybe that's Grandma pushing out of all the things I've heard that came closest to true." There are things this life don't give you explanations for, things that happen in the margin between reason and belief. And I've made my peace with standing in that margin, letting what moves me move without needing to be seen. The swing needs new chain, I keep putting that off. I'll get to it come spring, or maybe I won't. There's something right about it, weathered and imperfect, moving in the wind the way the living do and don't. The porch swing moves when the wind says your name, and I've stopped trying to explain what that can mean. I just know it's the gentlest kind of grace that this world saves for the ones left in between. So I'll be out here every evening that God gives me, till the swing can't hold me and the chain gives way. And when they find me gone, they'll know I wasn't ready. The porch swing moves, and I swear it knows your name.
We drove the first ones in March. We got this land, 60 acres, mostly cedar breaks and clay. You held the posts and I drove steel with a rented pounder. We blistered both our hands and called it a good day. 3 miles of fence line took us the better part of April. 4-strand barbed wire, T-posts every 8. You said a farm without a fence ain't quite a farm yet. So we stretched it tight and drove each anchor stake. We fixed that fence 100 times since then, after ice storms and after cattle breaks and droughts. After the flood in '93 took out the south corner, after the elm fell and rode 3 posts out. Every repair is a different year of our life. I can walk that line and read us like a book. This splice here, that's the year the twins were born. This cedar post we drove ourselves, go look. People talk about legacy like it's something grand, stone monuments and portraits on a wall. But I think it's in the posts a man drives into the earth, and how the fence he builds stands when the seasons fall. Every fence post on this farm knows our story. Which ones I drove alone and which we drove together. Which ones have leaned but held through the worst and the glory. Which ones we replaced and which ones still hold their tether. You can read this land like scripture if you know what you're looking for. 60 acres of every fight and prayer and Sunday morning. Every fence post on this farm knows our story, and it'll keep on telling it long after we're gone. My son walked the line with me this past October. Asked me which sections he should plan to replace come spring. I told him start at the northwest corner where the soft ground runs. Those posts have been fighting that clay since everything. He stopped at the cedar post we sank the day we paid the farm off. I carved the date in with my pocket knife, October 4. He ran his thumb across the numbers, quiet as a prayer, then said, I'm not replacing this one, not ever, not anymore. A fence is just a line between what's yours and what's the world's, but it's also every boundary you ever chose to keep. Every commitment driven hard into uncertain ground. Every promise made out loud when the price was steep. I've watched young men walk away from fences and the work, and I understand it. Lord knows this land will break your back, but there's something in a post that's held through 30 Tennessee winters. It tells you who you are and points you coming back. Every fence post on this farm knows our story, the whole long human length of it, chapter and verse. The good years and the lean years and the years
love that held the line through better and through worse. So when I'm gone, you walk this fence line. Take your time, touch every post, and let the story find your hand. We weren't famous and we weren't wealthy, but we were here. And every fence post on this farm will help you understand.
I don't take the shortcut through the east field anymore. I go around the long way by the creek, 'cause where the fence row meets the old tobacco bed, there's a patch of ground I'm not quite ready to see. Queen Anne's lace and ironweed and black-eyed Susans took over that bare corner after you were gone. Like the earth itself was trying to say something beautiful in the place where words between us came undone. It was late September and the light was going amber. We stood right there and said the things we couldn't take back. The words came out too hard, too long, held in too tightly, and neither one of us knew how to find the way back. You walked through that fence row toward the county road. I watched you go until the cedar brake took you from my sight. I turned back to the field and I just kept on working. That was the last real thing. That last September light. I've stood at the edge of that corner every spring since, watching the wildflowers come back without being asked. They don't know what happened on that ground beneath them. They just bloom toward the light, and they make it beautiful and vast. The last wildflowers bloom where we said goodbye. Purple and white and gold in the September sun. They don't mourn the things we left unsaid that night. They just grow where the hardest thing was done. Nothing good grows out of broken ground, but I walk past that corner every year and know it's alive. The most alive thing on this whole farm is right there, where the last wildflowers bloom, where we said goodbye. I got a letter from you 7 years after. No return address, postmarked somewhere up in Knoxville. Said you thought about that evening by the fence row often. Said you hoped the farm was still mine and the horses were still there still. You said you planted wildflowers every spring somewhere new, like you were leaving pieces of that evening
every place you'd go. I wrote back once and the letter came back undelivered, and I understood some things were meant to end and then just grow. The bees have found that corner now, all kinds of them. Honeybees and bumblebees and tiger swallowtails. What was the hardest place on this whole property is now the busiest and most alive in all the vales. I stood there last September in the amber of the evening, at the exact same time the light was as it was back then. And something left me standing there, some weight I carried long. The wildflowers took it, gave me something back again. The last wildflowers bloom where we said goodbye, and I finally learned to let that be enough. Not every ending needs a reason or a why. Some of them just need time and rain and love. I still don't take the shortcut through that east corner. I go around the long way, but I always stop and look at the purple and the gold still blooming faithful every September, turning what was broken into something beautiful and true. If you ever stood on ground where you said goodbye to someone and watched something beautiful grow back where the hurt used to be, leave it like it tells me that the song found the right heart. And in the comments tell me what grew back for you. I wanna see, because the stories you carry are as real as any song I'll ever write. If music like this still matters, still moves you deep inside, subscribe so the next one finds you in your own September light, where the last wildflowers bloom, wherever you said goodbye.